What's up, guys? How y'all doing? It's been a minute since I released something. I'm back again. Hope you didn't miss me too much, because I definitely did not miss you guys. So, hope everybody's enjoying their summer, the good weather, and all that good stuff. So, without any further ado, today's topic is about. I'll be giving today's topic is like a generic one, right? So, I was on this app called Clubhouse. I'm sure some of you guys probably know that app, Clubhouse. It's a very interactive app. It's one of my favorite apps right now, and a lot of good constructive conversations go on in there. And I was having this conversation in a room last night about prenuptial agreement. So today's topic is more like a conversation and just like my own point of view. It's not, you know, like the generic videos about like steps on how to do anything or none of that. It's just basically a heart-to-heart conversation or my point of view. So the topic is about prenuptial agreement. So is prenuptial agreement good or bad when it comes to a marriage? Of course. Um, I have never been married before. Um, just to make that clear. So I've never been married before. I am open to be wrong, you know, and I'm open to learn. So I don't know, I've never been married before, so I don't know, you know, the intricate ins and outs of a marriage. I don't know. I can only speak on what I've heard or from people that are married or have been married or what I've seen, things like that. Uh, so, what is a prenuptial agreement, first of all? What is a prenuptial agreement? I'm sure, a lot of us know what that means. So, basically, prenuptial agreement is uh, basically um, like a contract, right? Which is done or which is signed by both parties, so the man and woman, before an actual marriage that protects um, one individual in the case of divorce. In the case of divorce, so basically, if the man has more than the woman, for example, and before the marriage he makes it paramount that he needs her to sign a prenuptial agreement. So basically, that means in a case of divorce, she won't take all the man has worked for, or she won't take half of, his hard work. That is basically what a prenuptial agreement means. So it's like a protection, it's like a safety net, basically for for the person that has more. Um, so it's the question is a prenuptial agreement good or bad? I think it depends. It depends. I think basically for me a prenuptial agreement is a very tricky one, because if you claim you love somebody, right? You claim you love somebody and you love them enough to propose to them or go into a marriage with them. Taking a prenuptial agreement, or even thinking or even mentioning the fact that you are considering take having them sign a prenuptial agreement, I think it's a tricky one, because it can almost serve as an insult to the other person. Like, no matter how mildly you propose the idea of taking a prenuptial agreement. So imagine, even me as a guy, I can imagine wanting to get married, and maybe the person I want to get married to has more than me, and she makes it a thing for me to sign a prenuptial agreement. There's no way to gently put, there's no way to gently propose something like that, because it's almost like an insult to the other person. That person will take it like, especially women that are like more emotional, right? Can almost take it like, what are you trying to say? Like, are you trying to say, are you trying to say I'm going to rob you, or are you trying to say that are you trying to project that at some point this marriage is going to dissolve? So there's no right way to propose a prenup. uh so yeah, it's a very tricky one. Do I think it's good? I think it's good. I don't see anything wrong with it, and I don't see anything wrong with it because in a case of divorce, because things happen, right? Shit happens. In the case of divorce, if as a man, if I've worked so hard in my life to amass a level of wealth, I don't want. That's my hard work. That's my blood, sweat, and tears. So I don't want you to now live with half of my earnings, my properties, and all that stuff just because we've divorced. Like if we are divorcing, go your own, I go my own. You understand? Not that you now, because we see it a lot. Unfortunately, we see it a lot in the world we live in. The court system is not fair to a lot of men. So you know, women get more when it comes to to a marriage, especially when they're married to wealthy men in these Western societies. The women live with the longer edge of the stick, while the man is left with the short end of the stick. So I don't blame a lot of guys for wanting to protect what they've worked for all their lives. Now it's a different case if both the man and the woman were already in a relationship before the man had anything, and she played a part in him amassing his wealth. In that case, I would understand, right? I would understand if she feels disrespected when the man proposes something like a prenup, right? Or if they divorce and she wants to take half. I get it. But in a sense whereby the man already amassed this um, extravagant amount of wealth, influence before they married, and she married into that, then, like in the case of Dr. Dre, his wife or his ex-wife wasn't around when this guy was shooting in the gym. You know, she wasn't around when he was producing, when he was in the basement producing all those tracks, and almost got killed at death row. His whole old record label and all that stuff. Then for you now, for you guys to divorce, and the courts allowing her to take all that, taking half of his wealth and $1 million a month and this and that proper. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I think in a case whereby the man has already amassed his wealth before he met the woman, I think it's a good idea. And vice versa.